Hey everyone! Today's hair idea is my interpretation of that awesome braid Wonder Woman is wearing in the new movie trailer. If you haven't seen it, I'll have some stills linked in the description below. Anyway, I began by prepping my damp hair with a light mousse and then I used a paddle brush to blow it out. I have really fine hair that tends to slip, so drawing the product into my hair ahead of styling helps with creating a sturdier structure, one that'll be more likely to hold as I work. And since I didn't use my normal round brush to smooth, I'm deeply in love with this tool and I plan on giving it a review soon, so stay tuned for that. With my hair now prepared and ready to go, I started by making a high half ponytail. From what I could see on the actress, this piece is especially sleek, so to replicate that, I utilized a comb and a light gel to smooth out my edges and bumps. The elastic I tied in was one of those small clear ones, which normally hides pretty well in the hair on its own. Instead of doing the demo in my own hair today, I thought it might be a little easier for you guys to see the braid stitch on the mannequin first. I've made the same half ponytail and I'm splitting it into two pieces. The one on the left is strand 1 and the one on the right is strand 2. Since I'm right-handed, that's where I'll begin. You can see that I've picked up some hair from the side of the head. This will be weaved under strand 2 and then over and around 1, at which point it's brought back to 2, where the section is now absorbed into that strand. I'm on the other side now, gathering some hair from the left. This is brought under strand 1, over and then around strand 2, before it's rejoined to strand 1. One more time. Hair from the right side is gathered and folded under strand 2, over and then around 1 before it's eventually added back into 2. Hair from the left is laced under strand 1 and then over and around 2 before it's fused back into strand 1. And that's really all there is to it. I suppose that if I had to call this something, I'd probably say it's a French figure 8 braid. The pattern remains the same as you add in all of your loose hair. It was hard to tell if this was actually the technique used for the character because the images are still a bit blurry, but maybe we'll get an even clearer picture as it gets closer to the movie's premiere. I have a feeling that this will be the next cool braid trend here on YouTube, kind of like the Katniss one during the Hunger Games films, so I'm looking forward to seeing everyone's creations. When all the hair has been pulled in, you may notice that there's still some space at the nape. So to cover this, I continued the pattern with the two strands by pinching off hair from the sides and using those to wrap under, over, and then around. Ideally, I would have kept this going until I had at least reached the top of the neck, but the hair on this mannequin is pretty scraggly and thin, so in this demo here I stopped before getting to that point. However, it wasn't totally clear to me whether the figure 8 stitch extended through the length. In some pictures it looks like it does, and in others it resembles a fishtail. I love combination braids, and since I've already got the two necessary strands in place, I decided to just that much more seamlessly. Now I'm going to apply all of what I just showed you into my hair. To save time, I'm fast forwarding here, but it's exactly as it was on the mannequin. I do have a handful of suggestions though, with the first one being, hold your hair tightly. Any sort of two-strand knot or loop braid has a tendency to fall out easily, especially on fine hair. Another thing you can do is coat your finger by blow drying in some mousse, texture powder, or even some sea salt spray. This will give you a solid base to start with. Anyway, those are all the tips I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed my video. I can't even begin to tell you how stoked I am for this movie. Wonder Woman was my favorite growing up, especially as a shy Greek-American girl who sometimes struggled with asserting herself. I saw the costumes at the last New York City Comic